Hey everyone, I'm Ian Douglas, the author of the website techinterview.guide. I do live streams every Sunday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern about topics relevant to interview preparation for the tech industry. I occasionally record longer Q&A sessions, and I've started to break those into smaller videos to post. And there'll be information at the end of this video about how to get in contact with me if you have additional questions. Let's get to it. How much time off should you take between jobs? Should is kind of a loaded word. You can take as much time as you need between jobs if you have kind of the financial means and so on. In some areas of the United States, I don't know if this is like nationwide, but in California at least, if you quit a job like early in the month, the company actually pays your benefits for the entire month. And so if you quit like on day one of the month, you actually get benefits through the end of the month, which can work out really nicely if you start a job during that month. So for example, someone that I was coaching recently, they got a job and their contract said that their benefits would kick in on the first day of the month following the month that they got hired. And so their first day of work was going to be like November 1st, which means their benefits was going to kick in December 1st. And I said, well, maybe as a negotiation point, you could ask if your first day could be the last working day of October, which would be the 29th. Make that your first day, take that as a day off so that your benefits would actually kick in on your actual first day of November 1st. And they didn't. They didn't negotiate for that. But I negotiated for that when I went to work at Stream. They had the same kind of clause in the benefits where they said your benefits will kick in on the first day of the following month. And I'm like, well, I've got a family. We need health insurance, and I can't afford to, pay for, Cobra insurance or whatever out of pocket. And so you either need to give me a signing bonus to pay for that, or could you make my start date in June instead of like early July? And they came back and said, oh yeah, we'll totally let you like make your start date in June and just take a couple of days of vacation time. So it was actually really decent of them to do that. And I think a lot of companies are willing to be flexible on that kind of thing. Now you are kind of borrowing against your time off in order to do that. But for the nature of the question though, how much time should you take off between jobs? I generally recommend, try to take a week or two. Like take some time and relax and sort of reward yourself for like, hey, I finished up that job well done, yay me, and find a way to unwind a little bit and get yourself sort of mentally and physically ready to get ready for that next job. I've worked jobs where literally like Friday was my last day at one job and Monday was my first day on the next job and like literally have no time in between. I've taken as much as a month between jobs. It really does come down to like your financial concerns and things like that. Like if you've got money in savings that you can rely on, that you can take time off, take as much time off as you need. The companies where you're applying for a job, they'll generally ask what sort of start date you want, and you can push it out within reason. Like you can't say like, oh yeah, it's October 21st today. I'd like to start that job May 1st if I could. They're like, well, we're hiring now. Like we need you to start sooner than that. And so they'll probably push back if you try to like make your start date like way off in the future. But if it's like, it's early December or mid-December and you're like, could we just make my first day like the first day back in January? They'd be like, yeah, okay, that's cool. Enjoy your holidays. And so it's really up to you. How much time can you afford to take off is what it tends to come down to. And if you've got a bit of a buffer and a cushion between jobs, take as much time as you can. Get a good rest. Maybe take a mini vacation. There are some things that I tell people about, if you are working at a job and they offer stock options, however much money you would pay them on a regular basis to buy those stock options, put in a bank account. And then if you decide not to buy the stock options, now you've got that cash, and that cash can kind of carry you over in that time between jobs if you decide not to buy those stock options. Or if you decide, nah, you know what, that company's actually not going anywhere, so I don't want to invest that money in my stock options. Well, now you've just got cash on hand for whatever you need. Go take a vacation, go take a little trip somewhere, go fly to the other side of the country and just, if you're on the West Coast, go fly to the East Coast and like dip your toe in the ocean over there. Like just do something. Just unwind and relax a little bit. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Again, if you have the financial means to do so. If you don't have the financial means, then, take whatever time is going to feel like it's relaxing for you. So maybe make your last day like on a Wednesday instead of on the Friday. And then you've got like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you get like a 4-day weekend before starting that next job. Like I find for me, it's good to kind of unwind a little bit, to kind of wrap up that job and go, and just kind of relax a little bit, and then start that next job. So between touring and going back to stream, I actually took like almost 3 weeks off. And in that time, like about 12 or 13 days of that, we did a giant road trip around the US. We all piled in the car, and we went down to Texas, and we went up through Tennessee to get up to up to Kentucky. Saw some friends in Kentucky. And then we swung through Indiana for a little while, then back through Kansas City. Like, we made a really giant road trip out of it, and it was great. It was fantastic. It was a lot of driving. But it was what I needed to kind of unwind between my teaching position at Turing and getting back into the tech industry to stream. Hey, thanks for watching. I love helping people out with interview prep, and I hope this video helped you in some way. If you found this Q&A useful, please consider subscribing. You can follow me on Twitch as well for the live stream twice a week. Check out techinterview.guide/streaming for more information. I also have a daily email series that you can subscribe to on the website. There are never any ads, and when you finish the series, I scrub your information out of my database permanently. Finally, if you have a question that you'd like answered on the stream, you can find my contact info on techinterview.guide. I prefer LinkedIn or email. If you leave your question in a YouTube comment, it might take me longer to find it, but I'll see you next time.